What's up guys, Steve with What is a Gentleman here as always, and today we're going over productivity tips. I've been working from home for over 4.5 years. I think I've learned a thing or two. So grab your coffee, I got mine. Today will be a good day. We're still in quarantine. My neighbors are opera singers. All day long. And my hair's getting really long. I can't go see my barber because she's over 55. It's my mom. Don't tell anybody. And it's gonna be hat territory pretty quickly. So enjoy this flow while you can, because it's probably not gonna be around for very long, or at least out in the open for very long. But anyway, go grab your coffee and we'll talk about productivity tips for you while you work from home during this maddening time of staying inside. All right guys, so the 4 main points we're gonna go over today in staying productive are: 1, setting daily and weekly goals. Number 2 is a morning routine. Number 3 is where and how you work. And number 4 is movement. All 4 are super important to staying productive and focused throughout your day. So let's go over number 1. All right, so setting daily and weekly goals. I usually do this via chalkboard or whiteboard, or writing it down in a notebook of what I want to accomplish that day. And then on the top of the margin, just write for that week, this is what we need to focus on, right? If there's a big project that you're working on and you need to get it done, seeing that at the top of your notebook or notes app or a board in front of you every day will keep you on track, or at least you'll have a better chance of staying on track if it's in view. The daily goals will make sure that you get whatever you need done before you reward yourself, which is super easy when you're home because the TV's right there and there's snack foods in the kitchen and there are games to be played. New Call of Duty Warzone is out, so you want to go do that stuff. I get it, but you have work that you have to do. So setting these daily goals and creating gates and thresholds that you're not allowed to do whatever you want to do until this stuff's done is a really good way of staying on track and on time in your timeline of what you gotta do. So that is tip number 1. Now on to point number 2, which is morning routine. This is extremely important. You need to get up every day like you're going to work. Get up at a reasonable hour and start your morning routine. For me, it's getting up and doing a half hour of yoga and showering and brushing my teeth and making a quick breakfast and a quick cup of coffee. I do all of those things to get my mind and my body ready for the day and trying to focus. And when I do that, I'm way more productive than when I don't. And a big part of that is also changing into clothes that you would wear outside of the house. So no more sweatpants and sitting on the couch, because that is a terrible way to focus. You are in clothes that your body knows you don't focus in. You focus in work pants or jeans or something a little bit more form-fitting. I'm wearing jeans right now. Look, those are jeans. These are black jeans. I can't, oh gosh, I need to work on my hamstring stretching. That didn't feel good. But anyway, I'm wearing full-on clothes every day, because if I don't, my brain slacks off kind of like the rest of me does, because I feel super comfortable. Now, if you want to do athleisure, that's up to you, but I know I'm way more productive and get a lot of stuff done when I am dressed. So morning routine, super important. Keep it consistent and notice how much more productive you are when you do it versus when you don't. Now, on to number 3. Yeah, we're on number 3. Number 3, where and how you work. This is also super important. The main rules here: don't work from bed and don't work from the couch. Also, if you can avoid working in your bedroom, I know sometimes you can't, studio apartments, you just don't have the living room space or there's no space in your kitchen, fine, I totally get it. Work from on top of a dresser somewhere that's higher. So work off of a hard space that feels like a desk. This is super important because it mimics the environment closest to what you have most likely at work. If you can stand up and work, I highly recommend doing that. I'm working at a standing desk right now, but when I can't, I work from a kitchen counter or something along those lines, something that I can sit at. It's hard, there's clean space around where I am, and it allows fewer distractions. I also highly recommend you do not work with the TV on or in view at all. It's super distracting. I know once I turn the TV on, I'm gone for the day. I can only do really menial administrative tasks with something like the TV on. Create a Zen type space and a clean workspace for you to just focus on work, and then go to that space like you're going to work. If you can leave your bedroom and go into your kitchen and set up a space that is work in your kitchen so that you can also then leave work afterwards. That is super important and separates your day and separates your headspace just a little bit, which could be enough to really make an impact. I know it has for me. And the last one is movement. This I find super important. I need to move to maintain any type of focus or productivity. Hence, we kind of hinted at this earlier, but I do yoga in the morning when I can or when I have time, and I try to do it for at least a half hour. This gets my body moving, my mind becomes awake before I have coffee. It's more of a natural wake up, and it creates more of an alertness to get me up and energized for my day. I also try to run at lunchtime if I can for about another half-hour session, and then I work out after work as well. I know I do a ton. I need to move to clear my head. It is how I create space to be creative and think up what I'm going to do next and devise new ways of coming up with services and staying productive. For me, movement is key. It kind of level sets me. It's my form of meditation and my way to mentally strengthen myself by physically strengthening myself. So I highly recommend you involve some type of movement, especially when we're in quarantine like this, because when you sit on a couch or you're sitting all day and you don't have a lot of space to move around in, and you choose not to move a lot while you can or where you can become very sedentary, which then affects your brain and your ability to focus. So again, movement I think is super important, regardless if it's yoga, regardless if it's running or CrossFit or high intensity workouts of any kind, or weightlifting or whatever you want to do. I just highly recommend you move and move frequently. It has worked for me for years. All right, guys, so that's it. We went through setting a daily and weekly goals. We went through a morning routine. We went through where and how you work in your space. And then also, lastly, movement. All four are super key in maintaining productivity. So try it out. Try out a new morning routine for a couple of days, see how it works. Let me know if I missed anything huge that you think is super important to share with the group. I'm sure we could all learn from each other here and what's working for you at home now in quarantine. Everyone's a little bit different. And yeah, let us know. In the meantime, stay sane, make sure you get dressed up, and why not show us, some of those quarantine fit flexes. I'd love to see them. What are you wearing in quarantine these days? I'm wearing stuff like this, like I normally do, just to kind of keep my sanity. But yeah, let me know. Awesome. Stay healthy, wash your hands, and be safe.